What up, y'all? I'm still preparing, but I wanted to go ahead and get started. And you're so welcome, Kevin. Seriously, I appreciate you. And we're about to get started. Just rolling up some weed. Hope you guys are doing well today. Am I good now? It's been a while, as you guys see. It has been a while. And also, I think I'm going live to Rockfin. So, hello, everyone who's joining in from Rockfin, YouTube, or Twitter. YouTube is about to ask me for medical misinformation or whatever the fuck. So, definitely follow me on Rockfin. And yeah, so I'm just getting this weed ready. Sorry, I've been working all fucking day. And I'm just about to go over again without a shadow of a doubt. There's no way that you're going to see all this information and not know that we're about to go into the Great Depression, if not worse, if not fucking worse. Um, and I'm going to tell you how you can hedge your bet against it and makes a lot of money, I think. But I've already made money from crypto starting the beginning of the year. I started off with 400, ended up with 10K taking out in profits and a good amount of assets. And again, I'm still month to month because I don't go into it unless I get sick and I have to. However, seeing my asset grow and putting profit back in those assets has been amazing. After I do have a Twitter account. It's CoinDaddy. It's CoinDaddy. I used to have a political Twitter account, and the lefties will report me as soon as they find me. And yeah, so I had to like block a whole bunch of them. We'll see if it works, but who knows. But I'm also I made a good amount of money, so my mom gave me her life savings, and now I manage her Bitcoin IRA. And it has multiple different holdings. It's not only Bitcoin, but they kind of high fees. I'm looking at Trust Capital for the switching over next year. But either way, I've been able to make her way more money than her 401k. So, I mean, and again, I didn't get past high school. I had a lot of shit going on, but at the end of the day, if someone with a GED can create better for themselves, so can you. And I'm sorry that this is taking me so long, but I do be a weed head. We're smoking on some wedding cake today. We'll see if this can focus. Let's see. No. We're not gonna do all that. But yeah, it's alright. It's Florida weed is kind of garbage, to be honest. Alrighty. How are you guys doing today? Only dry spit for lube and sandpaper. I know it's gonna be really fucking bad. Like it's gonna be horrible. But we're about to get into it. But it can be good for some people. Like I said, KuCoin. I don't like Coinbase, but because the government is like working with them, inevitables are least likely to happen. But remember in 1933, when the banks closed or when the banks went broke because of the Great Depression, they did not let people get their money out. So when you're talking about exchanges that are centralized and more controlled, yes, they're safer with hacks. But if we have another 1933 go down in 1930, all the fucking Great Depression shit, you never know if you can trust them. But in crypto, there's things called wallets, hard wallets and cold wallets, hot wallets and cold wallets, and you can save your crypto off the exchanges on that. And I'm going to give you that information as well. Dab pens. It's a what is it called? The Mighty. It's dirty as fuck because I garden. I fucking grow heirloom tomatoes and okra and shit like that. And so it's dirty as shit, but I love this thing. All right. So I'm going to be sharing screens with you, and I have not done that a lot. So please work with me. I'm back at this shit. We got a raw milk, and we are about ready to go. All right. share. Hot cold wallets before. Oh, really? I would like to see that. Follow me on CoinDaddy, and if you're here now and I'm not following you already, please go to my picture and be like, hey, I saw you on your stream, so I can follow you and turn notifications on. Because I really want a closer community. The worst thing about when I got to 40K and I had so much interaction is the people, because there were a lot of us hate followers. And the people who are close to, I literally never see their notifications. And having a smaller account, man, I really miss that. Because at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about like empty internet validation? Like, strong communities is going to be so important. I don't give a fuck what your political label is. If you're a resistor and you're someone who can let other people live their lives, having strong connections in communities are going to be everything. And I can't stress that enough. Alrighty. Screen sharing this, screen sharing. All right. So. First, we're going to go into how Russia plays into this. Because it's going to be a false flag. They're going to blame all this on fucking Russia. And we all know. All right. So. This right here. Let me change my fucking screens. Russia and China agrees to a 30-year deal via new pipeline. So, after 30 years, in the 1970s, in the early 1970s, that's when the petrodollar came into play. They call the petrodollar because the US dollar is the exchange of what they use for trade, and especially petro. And that's why the economy kind of stays the way that it does, is because the petrodollar is so strong in exchange for oil. And this has been like this for 50 fucking years, guys. For 50 years. And now, and this just happened February 4th. I think was that yesterday? No, 2 days ago. Russia and China agreed to a 30-year new pipeline. Okay, let's go into it. Oh, damn. Look at that ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all know how I do. The Great Russia-China decoupling has been set in motion by Putin. This is July 18th. They've been talking about this for so long, but we've never seen Russia and China actually take actions to have a system, a financial system outside the UN, aka SWIFT. All right, China and Russia, and I'm going to put all these links under a tweet on my Twitter, so you can go and read these for yourselves. But there's so much information that I can't go through all of it. I just want you to see how you'll see. All right, China and Russia to establish independent financial system, and I'm going to show you a video, and it's going to explain something that I already know, but I think that person puts it so well. It's going to be a few, like a little clip, and it's going to show you why, without a doubt, bro, this is the end of the reign from the US dollar. All right. Like, I know it sounds like I'm just some freaky stoner freaking out here, but it's insane that people are worried about Joe Rogan and all this shit. And free speech absolutist. I don't give a fuck what someone said. You want to say N-word? As long as you're not away from me. It sounds weird when white people say it. I just don't want to fucking hear it. But I don't think you're a horrible person. I don't think any of that shit. I just don't give a fuck. I just don't want to hear it. Free speech, right? But every American is going to be affected by this. All right. And if you're someone who cares about the working class, you're gonna fucking pull yourself from the distractions. All right. So China and Russia to establish independent financial system. All right. Now, you know what happened when the actually, let's see. I fucking forgot the most important part. To settle in euros. Who fucking remembers who tried to go away from the petrodollar? All right. Like, does anyone remember what happened the last time someone tried to go from the petrodollar? Let me show you what the fuck happened and who it was. It was Iraq. Baghdad moves to euro. And then all the fucking weapon mass destruction started coming back up, and we gotta do this. And then we were in that fucking war because they don't play that shit. So now look, Ukraine crisis. Ukraine crisis, don't create panic. The nigga is literally saying, the president of Ukraine has called on the West not to create panic amid the buildup of Russian troops on his country border. All Biden has been doing is fucking creating panic. That's all he's been doing. Is talking about sanctions, financial sanctions, right? Financial sanctions. All right. This happened a lot, February 6th, 10 o'clock. This happened 4 hours ago, homies. U.S. troops begin to arrive in Poland amid Ukraine tensions. All right. So we're going to go into it. So, what is SWIFT and why it might be the weapon Russia fears most? So, what Biden has been doing as the consequence, he called it a nuclear consequence. If you can look it up, Google nuclear consequence. They're serious. They keep saying they're going to take them off SWIFT. SWIFT is the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, and they've been using it since 1973. Go look when the petrodollar became dominant. Look at the year when they, and you'll see it was the early 1970s, right? Removing Russia from SWIFT would make it nearly impossible for financial institutions to send money in or out the country, delivering a sudden shock to Russian companies and their foreign customers, especially buyers of oil and gas exports denominated in US dollars, because you know the petrodollar, right? So pretty much SWIFT is not just used for trade in the US, it's international. To get money in and out the country, you use SWIFT. So when Russia and China are trading with each other, they're using SWIFT and trading. Well, they were using SWIFT and trading with the dollar. Now, they have their own pipeline to settle euro, but also they have their own independent financial system. So here's Biden, right? Sitting there and be like, oh, we're going to kick them off SWIFT. Bro, they created their own fucking financial system because they're prepared for it. They're tired of sanctions. They're tired of bullshit that the UN's saying. So now they're just going to decouple from the fucking US. All right? Why is that bad? Fuck it. We can just Russia, China decoupling from US dollar. Cutting China off from the US would cost America hundreds of billions of dollars. There's actually I'm going to give you it will cost US billion, Bloomberg, boom, boom. Again, not really a big fan of these things. It just shows you between the lines. Like, I never would say take mainstream media for its word. You can just put all the different things together and see what's going to happen. Because it's not going to happen the way they say. They're going to say Russia and China did something to our financial system, but we'll get into that. China decoupling would cost US billions. All right. Tariffs would go up like 25%. So anything that we get for China automatically will be 25% more. But there's going to be so many other variables to the debt, like to the fall of the dollar, that we're going to deal with inflation way more than 25%. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain this anything any clearer. Now, look, Ukraine crisis. UK accuses Russia of planning false flag attack. Dude, American government are the fucking king of projection. All right. And they're like, oh, Russia's about to do a false flag attack. Do you guys know what happened recently? Let me show you. Exclusive IMF 10 countries simulate cyber attack on global financial system. This is December 9th, right? So Israel on Thursday led a 10-country simulation of a major Israel, the Zionists, let me put my shit here. The Zionist with a 10-country simulation of a major cyber attack on the global financial system in an attempt to increase cooperation that could help minimize any potential damage to the financial market and bank. The simulated war game, as Israel Finance Ministry called it, and planned over the past year, involved over 10 days, blah, blah, blah. The simulation also used fake news report that in the scenario caused chaos in global market and run on banks. What did they do when the pandemic happened? And a few months before the pandemic, there was a simulated pandemic response, right? And then a few fucking months later, bam, we're in a pandemic, right? The fucking Russia already is decoupling. They're just going to say the US dollar has already fallen. They know this. They're just not letting you know because they need to create a false flag, a cyber polygon attack to create a reason. And they're going to blame that shit on Russia. Exactly. There you go. Sound like the event 201 back in 2019. And exactly. Venezuela, yep. One of the countries in Africa. Thank you, Rudy. Rest in peace, Sky Daddy. Venezuela, one of the countries in Africa. Exactly. And that's what it's going to be like. But we're going to even. So, guys, I don't even know. Like, this is crazy. Like, I knew this was going to happen, but I can be honest. Like, it's crazy. It's still crazy to fucking see. So, where is. These are my freaking. Looking up the snitches. Here we go. Where is it? Bam. All right. So I'm going to show you this, and I want y'all to listen. And it's a couple minutes, but when I tell you, it really literally wraps everything I said and it shows it. All right. This is called the Colder War. I think this was back when Obama was president that they came out with this. And here we go. Let me go ahead and mute to make sure I don't echo. I'm sorry, I don't mean to stop it already, but remember, listen to the words carefully. He said the standard living of all Americans can be traced back to what he's about to say. Which means that if something happens to this variable, the standard living of Americans will be greatly changed. Is no audio? God damn it. All right. I'm so sorry, guys.
The living of all Americans can be traced back to here, the vast oil-rich deserts of Saudi Arabia.
In the early 70s, after the Arab crisis happened,
is there any sound now? I have to wait for the responses.
Embargoes, OPEC basically.
I'm sorry, y'all.
The standard of living of all Americans can be traced back to here.
Okay, so in the beginning, they're saying the standard living of all Americans can be traced back to here. So that means if something happens to this variable, the standard living of all Americans will be altered.
The standard of living of all Americans can be traced back to here, the vast oil-rich deserts of Saudi Arabia.
In the early 70s, after the Arab crisis happened with the oil embargoes, OPEC basically tripled the price of oil to the Western world. And at that time, America realized that they were vulnerable because they were importing about 70% of all the oil they consumed.
To secure a reliable foreign source of oil, U.S. President Richard Nixon sent his Secretary of State and National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger to Saudi Arabia for a secret meeting. The result was a pact that still stands to this day.
If Saudi Arabia, which at the time was the world's largest producer of oil, would sell the oil in US dollars, America would defend Saudi Arabia and make sure the House Assad would stay in power.
As a direct result of this U.S.-Saudi agreement, all other oil-producing nations also adopted the dollar as the de facto medium of exchange. Demand for it increased exponentially all over the world, and soon it had a new name, the petrodollar.
Your currency is only as strong as the demand for it, just like anything else, the supply and demand. Why the petrodollar is important, it causes a demand for the US dollar. A lot of Americans don't realize that over 70% of all the $100 bills in the world are actually outside of the US. There's more $100 bills in Russia than there are in America.
This stockpile of
All right. In Russia, you mean the country that just started trading in euros? Oh, I wonder what happens now. Let's see.
US dollars in countries around the world is because oil is bought and sold using the greenback.
If oil starts trading in non-petrodollars, such as gold or a basket of currencies, or if China and Russia start trading in yuan and ruble rather than US dollars, that demand isn't there. And the way of life for the average American will be done. It will be worse than the Great Depression.
I'm just going to go back to that part.
In non-petrodollars,
using the greenback.
If oil starts trading in non-petrodollars, such as gold or a basket of currencies, or if China and Russia start trading in yuan and ruble rather than US dollars, that demand isn't there. And the way of life for the average American will be done. It will be worse than the Great Depression.
So, Homeboy said, and this is back in Obama, this is an older film. This has nothing to do with what we're going on right now. It has everything to do with what's going on right now because all this shit was planned, but we're not even getting into that shit, okay? China agrees 30 years gas deal via new pipeline to settle in euros. Bro, the petrodollar is fucking dead. It's dead. Like, it was already dying. It was already on life support. It was already fucking on a ventilator, bro. Like, it's dead. It's literally going to work, like, not well. Bro, addict, see, bro knows what's up. That's why there's a push to do a CBDC digital dollar and to control people. CBDCs, you say? Let's see what countries. Which countries will use digital currencies? Let's check out the list. Let's see what we got here, guys. Alrighty. China. Also, China, I don't know if you look up the digital yuan, guys. That shit's insane. It's a long ass video. Again, I don't know how it's gonna be fucking crazy, but look up the digital yuan. They're already doing what America's talking about doing, which doing UBI, because we're gonna need UBI. The dollar's gonna be nothing. Like, so many people have money in stocks and fiat. Bro, when I figured this shit out, I fucking got my mom's money out of her 401k, like, so fucking quick. And then the fucking S&P dropped, like, the next day. Like, years of being a fuck up, y'all. The S&P dropped the next day. She would have lost, like, 6-7%. It ended up, like, 8-9%. But either way, look up the different digital dollars. Get your money out of fiat. I'm not kidding. Sweden, European Union. I mean, the whole EU, bro. The whole EU. And also, let's think about it, right? the EU is now they're trading their dollars in the euro. So I mean, America's going to be broke. Other places are going to be okay. Limited use of CBDCs, but look up China's coins for real. They're already doing UBI, and the thing is, if you don't spend it in a certain amount of time, they burn it. So you can spend it on certain things, and if you don't use it, so you can't haul. There's no way to create like wealth like that. I guess you could probably buy things anyway, but I mean, they're just making it really fucking hard to make money off of their system, and it's insane. So let's see what's gonna look like. You know, good old hyperinflation. And they said worse than the Great Depression, which I don't think we're gonna go El Salvador. I can't imagine that, but you really never know. But I don't think so. But it doesn't matter. We don't have to be El Salvador to do it. Y'all can see I've been looking at my niggas Olivia Rondo and Hotep Jesus. Shout out. All right. Make sure you go subscribe to my homies. All right. For people who don't know, check it out. Oh yeah, let me just go ahead and look at some of the comments. I want to leave America so bad, but where is there to go? Where the fuck is there to go? Like for me, I guess because I'm not getting vaxxed, you know, that's not going to happen. But where's there to go? I was looking for places. Like I'm really open, except Mexico. Costa Rica's on that bullshit with that vax, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I look, trust me, I did my fucking. They were like one of the first Southern American countries to mandate children above the age 5 get vaxxed to go to school or something of that nature. But yeah, they're nah. I want to go too. It's beautiful. I want to fucking go. Early pay? Yes. 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 Not financial advice. Not NFA. I'm not financial advice. Okay? But I can't rightfully say not to. I don't know what else to say. Like it's very obvious. Like we've heard it from homie's mouth. We see the writing on the wall. Like that shit is going to be worthless, you know? And even if you're not like comfortable with crypto, guys, put it in like gold and silver. It's not going to be great when it first happens because it's going to take time to even for the banks to start accepting that type of shit, whatever. But if anything's better than fiat, man, get fucking water, get non-perishables, and anything you have left, I really just think that you need to put into a utility coin. Now, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look for like a scenario where the dollar's not going to crash, but they're being so animated with this script. Like, I don't read charts, nigga. I read agenda. Like, I made money just reading agenda. Straight the fuck up. Like, I do read charts. Let me not lie. Like, to swing, like, learn charts, guys. But, but for real, like, it's to when to get in. Like, they're moving from the dollar. It's already dead. They're just not letting us know because they need to frame it in a certain script. But I mean, literally, and that just happened with Russia and establishing this is in the last few months, and the signing the deal, I think that happened like a couple of days ago or something, you know? So these things are happening quickly, but they just happened. But I don't think it's, Operation Warp Speed everything, everything's going to speed up. You feel me? But yeah, no, because my mom said the same thing because she didn't want to take the penalty. And I was like, Mom, anything because it was a 10% penalty or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, also there's other Bitcoin IRAs and there's traditional. So you have a traditional 401k, you can roll it over into Trust Capital, itrustcapital.com, our Bitcoin IRA. itrustcapital.com has less fees. But anything's, but I did Bitcoin IRA because of it's the oldest one. It's the oldest Bitcoin IRA. My mom's very risk adverse. So her giving me her whole life saving was already a crazy thing for her. So I want to make sure that it was with the most reputable country I could find by seniority. So I went with seniority, but iTrust Capital has better fees and a better picking. But what you can do, again, not financial advice, but you can roll that shit over. So if you have a Roth IRA, you can roll it over easy. If you have a traditional 401k, you can roll over that traditional 401k to a traditional IRA. And you can avoid penalties that way. At least you can avoid paying taxes on it right out. Now, with that being said, I would cash that shit out and then re-put it and invest it yourself. The reason why is because anything you make from this huge bump, not financial advice, but anything you make from this huge bump will be so much for when all the markets, because what's going to happen when the dollar dies is all the corporations, all the governments, and all the investors in the know, they're going to take their money out of fiat, our stocks, and they're going to thrust that shit into the digital coin market and the digital asset market. And the people who are invested at the low, we're going to see insane fucking gains that we will never find again. It's the end of those type of games. There'll still be a very, investment market, and plenty of people will make money, and people will always make money, but never when you have the market cap of the old Web 2 tech company world and what was going on flood into the current crypto market. It's going to be fucking insane. I really can't even fathom. But for me, I wouldn't want to put my money into a IRA to where the custodians of the IRA, I don't know how iTrust Capital is, but Bitcoin IRA puts all their earnings into money. I don't want to get paid out in money. So until they fix that, it's going to be money sitting, and you want to own your crypto. Like, yes, you own it, but they're still the custodian. When you put your shit on a hard wallet, like a physical wallet, you own as much as you can own anything in this matrix ass world, but you own your crypto. And when it comes to what you want to spend when they start, because they already have, like, if you go to certain websites that take crypto, they already have certain payment systems for crypto. I pay for certain things in crypto all the fucking time. I was trying to avoid like taxes and things of that nature. But anyway, it's already there. So they already have systems. Also, the banks already have systems in place. Ripple, we'll get to that later. But either way, if the retirement account has it, you don't have it. But that would be better. If that makes you feel better, then do that, because that's a lot fucking better. And also, if you don't really understand crypto, it gives you an easy investment platform. So you don't have to go on and do all that extra shit. So if you really don't understand crypto and you weren't in crypto, yeah, go to Bitcoin IRA, not financial advice. Go to iTrust Capital, not financial advice, and put your fucking money, and not financial advice, in Saturn Coin, aka Stellar Coin. If you want to throw some in Bitcoin and ETH, Bitcoin people, I'll get to you guys later. It's fine. I love you guys. Climate change, I think they're going after your shit. But I think Bitcoin is still like a good thing for initially. I think after initial adoption, we'll see CBDCs rise. But Stellar Coin, Bitcoin, anything is going to be better than fiat at this point, for real. So if you need to go again, if you need to roll that bitch over to make yourself feel better, that's good. And if you're not like super into it, because it can be a little confusing and shit, so you want to do that quickly. So I think like rolling over and filling out that forms as quickly as possible, not financial advice, but that would be the easiest way than trying to learn how to, do something that takes time, because it's fucking confusing at first. Sorry if I fucking rant really quickly. I speak fast. I speak like I think. It's starting to take crypto, I heard. Yeah, I pay my rent in crypto. That's awesome. Are you serious? Where are you at, Robert? What's up? Where you at? Bro, thank you. I'm so happy. I'm gonna hit you up on that one. Stellar Coin. And I'm about to show y'all something else. All right, let me show you why. Hyperinflation explained real quick. And Americans, it's not because I don't think people know in the streams. I just want us to look at how obvious this is going to be. Like, yeah, Americans are going to be tripping out like this.
Yes, money can indeed become worthless. Zimbabwe is the most popular recent example of hyperinflation. Believe it or not, they even printed a $100 trillion bill. Earlier in the 20th century, The same thing happened in Germany after World War I, and historic examples abound. How can something this dramatic happen? You need to understand that money is just paper or numbers on a screen. It only has value if people accept it as a medium of exchange. In other words, you only accept money for your goods or services because you know others will do the same. Now let's assume a revolution takes place in your country, and those who take over print lots of money, then hand that money to everyone. At the beginning, people might be tempted to celebrate, but eventually,
So social services, the social service, I'm sorry, I forgot that I didn't even like say I was streaming. I just be high, guys. Okay. Social services, you know how they were having like the biggest wealth transfer and that big ass bill that we sent like a whole bunch of money to Israel and all those refund checks that a lot of people didn't even actually get. And then when Biden cut poverty in half, like the thing about it is they don't actually have to give us some money to say, oh, inflation happened because of socialism or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, into their pockets, it was socialism into their pockets. But we know, did anyone else life get better from that fucking refund check? I invested that shit in crypto, so yes. But my brother didn't even get his fucking refund check. What was it called? The stimulus check or whatever. So all these narratives are kind of hints. Like, even if you're like, that's not actually happening, they're not actually giving away money. That's what they're putting in the news. In the news, they're like, Biden did this, Biden does this. Oh my God, cut poverty in half. They're telling the inflation story, you know? And it's going to be a fucking crazy fucking story. Okay, so one of my favorite features of controlled ask Google that most of us don't use. Oh, hold the fuck up. Make sure I don't have any of my crypto accounts open. Go ahead and catch myself up. Okay, I don't. Oh, I could have been to this. All right, one of my favorite, yes, is going to custom range, right? So let's go from 2000 to 2010, right? And we're going to do Ripple. Bill Gates. Right? Meet Ripple, the currency that's running lap around Bitcoin. This is fucking 2017. Bitch, it's not 1990. Currency. What the fuck is Bill Gates? Oh, that's a famous. God damn, they've been doing that 2010. Oh my God. See? Oh, Microsoft patent. I'm sorry. I'm actually just seeing this myself, so I just need to mark this. 2200. Oh, shit. You guys know what ISO 22 is? Alrighty, let's see. Custom range. Let's go 2013. It is stellar. Oh my gosh. And this is why you have to look up shit before. All right, let me find this shit real quick. Stellar Foundation XLM. I'm trying to find the main ass channel here. Here we go. I want y'all to go here, follow this channel, okay? And someone said XRP Ripple. Who knows about XRP Ripple? Okay. Also XYO, but we'll get into that. The things I want you guys to follow. Perspective. Bam. This dude right here. This, y'all know I don't have a lot to say about most of YouTube folks, but this person breaks it down why XRP is going to be obviously one of the biggest coins. It's already in the bank notations. They're already working with Ripple. The Stellar Foundation, Daniel Dixon, she was working with the government to create clarity and a thing of that nature. Coinbase, that's why you know Coinbase is going to be like the crypto government god, because they're working with the government. Bitcoin, I like it for what it stands for. I am afraid that they are going to climate change regulate the crap out of it. One good thing is that Bitcoin is bigger than America. So just because Bitcoin doesn't do good in America doesn't mean it's going to go everywhere. But you know how they're kind of doing climate change everywhere. It's, oh my God, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, you know, DuckDuckGo as well. I like seeing I use Google for the agenda. Like Google's really great to see what they're trying to tell you for. Bodies using 5G. But people are going to say we're crazy. People are going to say you're crazy. Honestly, a lot of times, I don't even talk about shit like this because people are going to say we're fucking crazy. They're not going to appreciate this shit anyway. But so everything's on a blockchain, right? If you look at what the blockchain is, the problem with the blockchain is that it's independent from human life at this point. What they want to do is take everything and put it on the blockchain, which is why NFTs are a gateway to that. First, you have digital art, you know. I guarantee you NFTs are going to be used for like licensures. All right. So you're going to have a car, you have an NFT of your car, and that's going to be like your registration and your license and all that shit and all whatever. Like they're already working on making NFTs something for licensures as well. Like everything's going to be on the fucking blockchain, bro. XRP is one of my favorite coins. It's because it's the Fed coin. Like I'm not trying to, get the fuck out of here. No one cares about fucking Machine Gun Kelly. But I gotta be real. I fucking invest off partnerships. XRP's partnerships, IBM, MoneyGram with Stellar, the government. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I think Bitcoin, I really admire people in Bitcoin. Decentralization, perhaps, if you believe in that everything's not assimilation and control. You know, it's the freedom coin, and I really respect that. But Rockefellers are invested in quant, you know? So I got a lot of quant. I'm just being real. Stellar Universal Coin. I wish I could find that video. I cannot find the Stellar Foundation video. I don't feel like looking. But like it's just the truth. Like I'm going with the winning team. I like bet on Corp. It sucks. But after a while, to tell you the truth, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart, guys. All right. Oh, thank you, Jake. We're gonna have a heart-to-heart. All right. Be real about some shit. And I'm going to do another video where I prepare all the videos for XRP and show where the Bill Gates Foundation has already invested in Stellar and Ripple and all that shit and blase. And I'll do that next video. But yeah, after seeing how people acted with the mandates, honestly, I understand everyone had to do what they had to do, and I really do respect that. Like, if you had to take it, you had to take it. Like, you didn't have to take it. But if you chose to take it, you chose to take it. But you did it because you were just trying to maneuver around the system, and I can't get mad at you at that, you know? But I'm just going to try to maneuver around the system as well by investing in the fucking prison, which is digital currency. I don't think there's nothing freedom about digital currency. As soon as we got away from trade and bartering, literally everything was a fucking lie. And then when fucking they fucked up the gold standard, they're just getting crazy with it, you know? So that's the only thing is real is barter and services. There's nothing that any of this money does except get you goods and services. That's it. That's the only thing that's real is trading is creating goods and service. After that, everything was a lie. So it's whatever, yo. But I would just say draw your line. Don't lie to yourself. Like I'm not gonna lie and be like, I think this is for freedom. No, I think this can help resistors get to a part where they can buy land and get guns and get ammo. Like if you have the money, I wish you would. Why would you? I hope you're just off grid farming. If I had the money, enough money to buy land and livestock, bro, I promise you I wouldn't even fucking bother. I would just go do that, and then the leftover money I had, I'd invest. But I didn't have enough money. You know what I'm saying? I have a long fucking story. But so I mean, but we all fucking do. Boo-hoo. You know? So now we are. So you might not be able to get what you need with $20,000, $10,000, but you can make some money even with $1,000 at this point. When the market cap increases from the Web2 companies and all the fucking and everything that happens with hyperinflation and them just everyone pulling out and putting their money into where the money's at, digital assets, you can make a lot of money off a little bit if you put it in the right coin. And again, I don't hate Bitcoin. I think it's weird that people like have this like hate for Bitcoin or they, like, the way they fight and shit. Like it's currency, guys. It's digital currency. But I'm just so suspicious over it. And again, climate change regulations. And there's a lot of great companies to invest in. I just think for what's going to happen in inflation and the adoption curve, because there's going to be adoption curve. People aren't just going to be taking all types of fucking crypto. Doesn't mean they're not going to be valuable though, because they're going to be the new assets. But it's not going to be useful for you and your family. So the ones that are going to be useful for you and your family, I would assume initially would be Bitcoin and XLM and XRP and more so XLM. I don't think XRP is for the public, but I think it's going to make a lot of money. But XLM or Bitcoin would be what I would go with. But again, you can already see what are they taking already. What payments are they already taking Bitcoin? Are they already even Doge? Lots of places are taking Doge. I'm not a fan of Doge, though I made a lot of money on Doge, and I'm always appreciated of Doge. And I think Doge will actually make it only because Elon Musk is going to be the new god. And him discrediting that coin and it never doing anything, I think would discredit a legacy that he's about to build. And also Doge, etymology-wise, is leader. So it's leader coin. It sounds crazy, right? But I actually make a lot of money off the symbolism shit and investing. But I honestly think it will do something. Now, would I say if you had $1,000 or $10,000 to go invest any of it in Doge? No, I would not. I don't have that much. If I have some, I have a little bit, but I think it might do something, to be honest, eventually. But again, go see what's being taken. I know Litecoin's being taken at merchants. I know Stellar is going to be taken at merchant. Bitcoin's, of course, Bitcoin Cash is being taken at merchant. And yeah, Doge. And that's what I see most off being taken by merchants. So do you have a PayPal? I have a Cash App. It's connected to my CoinDaddy account. My PayPal's fucked up. Big tech. I also had an IG business account that was for my in real life business because I do body work and I personal train. And when I got kicked off of, and I never got kicked off of Twitter because that was my twin sister Sky. But when my twin sister Sky got kicked off of Twitter, my business account got disabled on IG and I got locked out. Sky got locked out her main account and couldn't get it in until she got a new phone. So yeah. I don't even have a problem with Elon Musk. Like, I think people are stupid for trusting rich people. Like, you don't get to be the richest person in the world from being like a just person. Like, I would never make that much money. I would never keep that much money. That's insane. The gluttony that you must possess in your body to have that much money. Like, bro, after I get a certain amount of money, last year, everything I made from my platform, I gave away and times it. And the reason I did that was a spiritual reason and a philosophical reason and emotional reason, because a lot of my homies needed help. But it was definitely a lot of deeper meaning behind it for me. But I don't think there's anything wrong with like keeping money and making sure your people are good and anything of that nature. But that much money, bruh, I'm sorry. And I don't think that I really do not think, again, I have no problems with any of these people. I don't have a problem with the top 1%. It's like, it's like being a gazelle and being mad at the lion. What's being mad at the lion's gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I feel like humans are really entitled to being at the top of the food chain. You're not. You don't have to fucking, you can look. The way the food chain work is the way it worked. You can, a gazelle can intellectualize why it's equal to the lion, but when in action, in actual, what happens in the reality is it gets eaten. The fact that we are getting eaten up by these elites and the working class is constantly at their odds show that we're lower on the food chain. Now you're gonna have people and gazelles who get away. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have hyenas who gang up and take out lions. Like you always gonna have that outlier. But at the end of the day, we're no different than anything else in the universal microcosm, macrocosm situation. Like it's all a cycle. So I'm not the person that gets mad at, you know, Elon or Joe Rogan or anything. I'm just not fans. Like I'm not a fan of any of these people. Like I'm a fan of people I know and I interact with. And a lot of that shit, I'm going to go off on a rant, but a lot of that shit is to keep us away from ourselves and each other. Like so many people, like the hall pass, the relationship hall pass is disgusting to me. Like, why are you, unless you're polyamorous, and I don't think there's a problem, but if you're monogamous, right, and you're committed, why is some person you never met because they're a celebrity, why would you even want to break out of your commitment with that person so you can fuck somebody else that you don't even know? And it's building these manufactured idols in ourselves instead of appreciating your partner. Bro, if I'm with somebody, I don't need a hall pass. If I'm monogamous with you, it's because I only want to be with you. I don't need, oh, I'd be with this famous person if I could, other than you. That's fucking weird. People are pathetic. And it's literally because these manufacture idols. And it's these small things. People will go, it's not a big deal. Like, no. Like, you don't know any of these people. Why be their fans? Like, I admire some people art. I admire some people cunnings. I have favorite character. People get mad at me all the time because Trump is a funny fucking person to me. He's funny as hell. All right. He's one of my favorite political characters. He's funny. I'm not a fan, nor do I think that's, you know, like, I don't think he's an anti-establishment savior. I don't give a fuck. He's funny. You know, Daniel Dixon, she's a secretary of Stellar. She has main bitch energy. I enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? But none of these people, and Joe Rogan, I don't even like. I can be honest, like, I don't dislike him. I don't hate the hustle, but even his character, like, I just don't care. He's funny. He's funny. He's entertaining when he's entertaining, but he reminds me of one of those like bros. Like he's just not. I actually don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck about any of these people. Trump is hilarious. They got a fucking stellar, bro. There's some people who know what's up. Make sure you guys follow me. Let me know your usernames on here so I can follow you guys back and shit on Twitter. Mass is a front menu. I know. Base X runs military. I know. Hey, Jason. My homie. I just don't understand. Look up the government. It's funny because so I was talking about Elon Musk and somebody was like, name something our government does better than Tesla or blah, blah, blah. I'll wait. I'm like, bitch, Tesla is literally created off government subsidies. Look it up. Look it up. Like literally, it's insane. People were crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, do your thing, Musk. Like, I'm not hating. He's kind of a dull character to me. Like, it's like people are trying to force personality onto Elon Musk, and it doesn't stick for me. And I'm just like, why? What are you guys seeing? But like Trump, I get it. Like Trump is funny. Like I get why people would like him, but I don't get the obsession with Elon. Like I don't. No, these weirdos got me. I got a Coin Daddy is my new one with a K, but the weirdos. Okay, so there's these people, bro. There's these people. I guess G Hive, right? Which is a group of teenagers. I'm not kidding. A group of teenagers, and or maybe sad adults, but mostly of them are teenager, who follow this one dude, and I guess he's like some political shill or whatever. I usually don't really talk about the political shill. I'm not gonna lie. I usually leave them alone. But yeah, he works for like Nina Turner or something, or the socialists. I don't fucking know. I guess I pissed him off because he be running so much bullshit like against me. Like I'm like, bro, none of the people who follow you like me. Like, good job. It doesn't matter. Like you didn't have to spend your time smearing me to fucking lefty Twitter. They weren't gonna like me without that help. But yeah, they like make up like I'm a villain in their world. It's crazy, man. Like they make like memes of me and shit. Some of them be funny as fuck. Like they don't make sense, but it's funny in a sad, pathetic way. But yeah. Of course, that's why you know what's up. Wesker fan, my dude. Oh, where's Giant Ginger? I definitely will follow you that. No. The guy who said he lied to his own mom and called the CIA. No. Not Joe. I'm glad y'all are fucking entertained, but all right. Stayed on for an hour. I got done quicker than I thought I would, which is good. I'm gonna do some more videos, but again, I'm gonna start talking about like on Rockfin. They're gonna again on YouTube. I can't talk about that much, like so I might separate my streams, and I'm gonna do like that raw shit on Rockfin. I'm gonna have to stop doing that shit on YouTube. It's not gonna work on Twitter. They get me every fucking time, and also, man, I'm just tired, man. Like people want to be slaves, and I don't. And everything's subjective. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Who knows? Like, who am I to tell other people that what they should do? You know, like, I really just don't fucking think. I just like giving rude commentary. But now I'm bored giving rude commentary to the same political crowd. You know, maybe I'll go piss off crypto Twitter or something. But it gets boring. Like, just saying the same shit. People never take action. And sometimes you do, because some people are going to take action here. And this is why I do it, because it's worth it. Which is why I'm going to keep doing it on Rockfin, but I have to also like branch off and just like do certain exclusives on Rockfin, and I'm gonna go to Crypto Populist Twitter. I want to do a social experiment. I feel like people are going to ruin it because they'll find that someone will clip this and like kind of ruin it. But I honestly kind of wanted to do a social experiment where I try to be as basic and populist and non-offensive as possible and see how long and how much I can communicate in crypto Twitter. But honestly, I don't have that much self-control. I'm just being honest. I'm really bad at not being transparent. But in life, this is what I'm learning. This is probably too transparent. But in life, this is what I'm learning. Like, you should always have people that you are 100% honest with, almost as honest you are with your fucking self, because I believe it keeps you humble and it keeps you sane. But I guess maybe just going out through life, just putting that shit out for everyone, it's going to have consequences, and you really don't need to fucking do it. So, I mean, I needed some self-control and some social proof, and I'm just getting tired, man. I'm just getting tired of people are raging against the shadows. I'm raging against the people who are raging against the shadows. Like, we're doing the same thing. Thank you, Jason. Awesome. That's appreciated. I'm definitely going to do that. Coin Daddy. Dada? Nah, Coin Daddy. DADDY. Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's going to be fun doing other shit as well. I'm just being honest. It gets boring. I feel like I'm like repeating myself all the fucking time. But yeah, I'm about to go. I need to go and go back to work, to be honest. I got like one more appointment today. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the people who've been following me for a while and the new people who found me. Hit me up on Coin Daddy. Shitpost Daddy, I'll be on there, as well. I need to get back to memes. They're funny, but again, I'm going to start trying to focus on my other project. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm really glad you found it informative. I know I kind of get high and ramble, but it's definitely just who I am. I'm always high and I'm always rambling. Thank you. I'm glad to be back, guys. You guys are great. Have a great day. I'm going to talk to y'all on Twitter.